he'd ask, "What are your characters' goals? Like, well, what do you guys want to do?"
Well,
And before you two start talking over each other, one at a time, he points at the alchemist first.
oh, well,
Get the long one out of the way first.
it's actually not a very long story. See, my parents don't exactly understand why I went.
Have you come down with a case of the Batman?
No, my parents are alive and well.
Okay, I'm glad you understood that.
And so are my other siblings. But my parents didn't exactly appreciate the field of research I went into, of alchemy and the healing of others. See, my family isn't exactly too appreciative of the lesser people in the world, and they didn't understand.
You were actually raised by kobolds, weren't you?
No. You know who I was raised by. They don't understand, like, why I want to help people. And so I snuck out one night, and actually, the same night you found me in the prison, surprisingly enough.
Why were you in the prison?
Oh,
Again,
Possession of illegal substances.
they were not illegal, but I had all the papers signed and all of that, but they didn't care. They wanted it probably for themselves, which is why I don't have them any moment. I need to get more.
So you'll literally.
They took my weed because it's like, oh, we can just take her weed. But anyway, my hope is that I can do some good in the world and show my parents that my field of research is a noble one, so they can understand why I did it.
One of the fishermen in the crew shouts, "Daddy issues!"
Shut up, you!
So I just to add a context D&D quotes. So revenge, and making peace with the past, which is a form of revenge. The DM regarding the spaghetti western his game has become.
I approve. You should tag that as Pathfinder.
I just submitted it.
No, I figure if we tag everything we ever submit as Pathfinder, it'll be easier to find it.
True.
For sure. Anyway, he nods and goes, "All right, a noble goal, perhaps. I can help you with as things go on." He points to the vampire next.
Vampire.
Wait, you're a vampire?
I didn't say vampire. I just pointed at that character next.
Short-term goal: find someone to drink. Long-term
Short-term,
goal:
drink people.
find someone
Long-term,
to drink.
why do I exist?
A philosopher.
No, like in general. Didn't we go through the fact that vampire generally don't exist in this setting?
Well, I mean, there's not many vampires about.
Yeah.
I mean, you just killed one.
Look,
You may have just killed your father.
endless torment of hunger is not exactly great. Thank you.
You may have just self-inflicted yourself with Batman syndrome.
Well, I feel dumb.
Is that like supposed to be
Apparently,
a
I had like invisibility as a spell this entire time.
That might have come in handy a bit in the last fight.
Yeah.
You know,
And
maybe just a
actually, he
little.
would then turn and point at the Inquisitor and go, like, "So what's your life story, buddy?"
Well, my life story.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, my life story is that. Hang on, let me go to the thing.
I was born in a log cabin.
Well, no, I was born on the island of Nuevo, and I was an inquisitor for the Church of Iomade. And
I
well-
slowly draw my crossbow.
wait, relax. I'm no longer affiliated with them anymore, as you can obviously see, which is why I am here. Which is why you found me imprisoned on a Nuevo warship. So I obviously did some things that they weren't exactly happy that I was doing. But essentially the main thing that you need to know about Nuevo is that, you know, I would say it's the most advanced society out of all the rest of them. But it isn't perfect, and there were people who wanted to leave, and obviously the government would not let them. So, for a while, what I did was I assisted people who wanted to go
So you
elsewhere.
were smuggling people.
Yes.
People trafficking, huh?
Yep. Yep. I would actually personally making the journey myself until the one time where on the way back I was intercepted by the Nuevan military and I wound up in prison, which is where I found you.
You got caught taking people over the Berlin Wall.
I got caught coming back over the Berlin Wall. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel so much closer to all of you now. This is so wonderful.
Kill yourself.
Oh,
Jesus
you
Christ.
kidda.
So brutal.
You kidda, and secretly a little bit inside me dies.
Well, that would have been useful last session.
Well then, I guess I'm quite tired. I'm going to settle in for the evening.
Indeed. So I think what we should do is, since these guys could potentially help give us some clout and help us figure some things out, what we could do is potentially just wait here for a week, wait for them to give us the all clear. All right. Yeah, we'll wait a week. We'll give them. We'll see if they give us the all clear. See if they don't need us or need our help, and then because the thing is, I am actually kind of curious what's going on with this cult, and we already kind of thrown our hat in by the fact that we killed one of their major leaders.
He would tell you, don't worry about the cult. Now that they're not useful to us anymore, they'll be gone within a month.
I know. Could
Well, the
be.
thing is, I am curious what that guy is and why he was deserved to die. So I vote we stay here for a week and see what happens.
Seems like a good idea.
All right.
I'm basically just along for the ride at this point, so whatever.
I mean, we're probably just going to tail him a bit. I may not look it, but I am a druid. And there are advantages to being able to turn into small insects.
That's gross.
You're gross.
Alright, I take offense to that.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
So
What
far,
is that supposed to mean?
it means you drink homeless people.
No one knows I drunk that homeless man.
We all
Universe
do.
does.
I mean, the homeless man knows I drunk him. Yeah,
Can't you just, like, survive off of birds? Like normal people?
birds
Well,
are
I mean,
gross.
there's effort in catching the birds.
That requires effort. I could just plague on drunk. But yeah, basically what Rumblegrass would do is spend the next 2 days. Actually, is there like stat blocks I can get for ships?
There are.
One second, I'm very
Um,
sorry.
Like, involving you guys in actual naval combat just sounds like such a bad time.
Basically, it's just like I just wanted to like maybe make things look cool, you know?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of room to make the ship look cool. Actually, here.
There you go. We're in the
You
ship.
may note that I've made some minor, but still significant changes to the layout of the ship.
Yep.
The wheel actually points towards the bow now. And you may notice that your engines are now on the inside instead of the outside.
Nice. Useful tactically.
Can only exist in one square at a time. All right, but yeah, no, that's good. That's good. But yeah, no, I vote that we stay here for a week. We see if they call upon us. See if they want to use us. Because the thing is, I am curious about where that thread is going. Pretty much.
As am I.
Well, our plan for right now is to tail this guy that you've shown to us. Just see what he's up to in town, and more importantly, to see where he goes when he leaves town. Now, unfortunately, your massive collection of wood and brass and canvas is not the hardest thing to spot in the sky.
What are you talking about?
Just paint it blue.
I'm saying that your ship, while it has many great attributes and merits, stealthiness is not quite what it was designed for.
You are fucking lying to us out of your teeth. In fact, your teeth are committing the sins that are known as lies. All of them at once, in such a way that it sounds harmoniously like your voice. Don't ask.
Is this what happens when you have like a charisma score of 15 and an intelligence score of 10?
Probably.
Something like that.
So we must tail him on foot?
Well, it would probably be... Our organization is small, but due to the nature of the people involved in it, we are a bit more suited to the stealthier and gathering information aspects than your crew might be.
I don't know about that.
What makes you think that we are not a subtle and careful organization? He's
Well, I mean,
shouldering his
I've
tried
tried.
the size of him.
So how many of the kobolds survived?
One.
None.
One.
One? Oh yeah, one.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I paid him off to leave.
Color me impressed.
What happened is we originally going to try and see if I could try and schmooze him out to get a little more information. And what happened is, well, it went up. It went pretty tits up real quick.
It was the most money it had ever seen.
I threw it a single platinum piece, and it's almost had a complete conniption.
Yeah.
Almost losers.
History has not been kind to them.
I mean, nothing has apparently.
No, every mention of them in the history books tends to paint them as being kicked around by stronger and more influential forces.
Yeah.
Like commoners.
Like commoners, yes.
But worse.
But I assure you, we will keep you apprised of anything meaningful that we come across.
Wonderful.
That and, you did kind of kill an admin of the Mafia. Might be a good idea to leave town.
Might be a good idea, actually.
What could possibly go wrong?
Alright, well,
Most
you
everything.
Where'd these horse heads come from?
now that you put it that
Pig
way,
heads.
it's,
Oh, that reminds me, before I do too much more with this line, I need to go watch The Sopranos.
God damn it.
You showed it's pretty good. I mean, I haven't watched it, but I know it's pretty good.
I have not watched The Sopranos, or whatever it's called. But it's, I don't know, good, I guess.
Well, I mean,
AF Dark.
I'm not gonna lie, the reason this arc happened, as many of you know, is that I just happened to see The Usual Suspects one weekend.
Oh, God.
Actually, I did not know that.
And I said to myself, I should do a noir arc.
Oh, God. Well, I'm glad that I started to advance my skill build a little bit. Because I feel I'll be needing it.
Yes, I recommend that you try not to make too much noise in town for as long as you stay, and probably not stick around too long because the Mafia was not just this guy. We may not know much, but we know enough to know that.
Yeah, no, like, maybe, now you put it that way, staying in town may not be the best idea right now. After we just murdered.
And, I would hope this goes without say, but just in case, you and I, we never met.
Understood completely. Who are you again?
Exactly.
Alright, now you're overselling.
And
Oh, God,
there's a voiceover. What little he did not know, Bumblegrass actually did forget his name.
Like the JoJo's narrator.
JoJo's narrator. Little did he know, it's Speedwagon. Like, little did he know, but he actually forgot his name. But pretty much what I'm saying is that indeed we should go, and I think since your guys' goals are kind of aimless right now. Actually, wait a minute. No, actually, I have an idea. What's the Inquisitor's name again?
Waylon.
Waylon, were you transporting anybody when you were caught?
No, I had gotten them safely to their destination, and I was traveling on the way back. That's where they got me.
So, if no one has any pressing matters, I would like to try and get the first thing off my list, which is go to the site of Kremlock Hill and pay my final respects.
It's all right with me.
And that is deep within the Russian territory, so I guess we just start heading in that direction. Yeah, I'm thinking so that first, just the best thing to do would probably be just, start working on those goals.
And that's good, because that actually gives me something to plan around.
Off we go, then.
But yeah, so basically I whip out the compass, and from where we are on the world map right now, which direction is that? The Russian territories?
It would be south.
Okay, and can I use my profession airship captain to tell me how far and how long it's going to take to get there?
It is a roughly 3-week travel to the
I rolled a 33.
coast.
Do I know any better paths to take to avoid anybody we may want to avoid?
Well, I mean, you are able to stay in cloud cover pretty well, and you're able to avoid areas that are going to have more storms, because the last one was just so friendly.
Look, again, I pulled a full Ishmael, okay?
Yeah, one full Ishmael.
One full Ishmael, which is, I think, the
Your
crowning
crew fears
achievement.
you more than death.
Which I think is how any crew should be.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's like that quote from The Office. Is it better to be feared or loved? Both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
Exactly. That is it in a nutshell. But basically,
One
I guess
should strive to be both, but if one must choose one, it is safer to be feared.
Indeed, but I guess the thing that I wanted to do, I guess, is what's the word I'm looking for? I guess just start heading down that direction and point out landmarks to people along the way, since I assume he's been in various areas before.
Yeah.
Just it's like a light cruise personally right now.
Yeah, you're not going there with a sense of purpose, or you're not making a beeline.
We're not making a beeline. We got time. The only thing we probably need to start making a beeline for is the second goal, which is literally punching a fucking tyrant.
The weirdest part is I've actually written in an opportunity for you to do pretty much just that later on.
Break out the baseball bat.
Oh God.
Justice Bringer. Look, I'm not saying Rangers have martial weapon proficiency and I could buy an Earthbreaker, but Rangers have martial weapon proficiency and I could buy an Earthbreaker.
Oh, I'm gonna go write a paladin who uses a baseball bat called the Justice Bringer.
Okay. Yeah. Back. Sorry, my dad was at my door. Anyway, but what were you saying about a paladin?
Oh, now I'm going to write a paladin who uses a baseball bat called the Justice Bringer.
Well, I mean, let's be real here. Just get a great club.
Knocking evil's teeth out.
Look, if you're not knocking evil's teeth out, you're doing paladin wrong.
Yeah.
If the phrase "I smite evil with my fucking Louisville Slugger" does not come up at least once in a campaign, you're doing something wrong. But yeah, so does anything really happen during the trip, or else it's literally just like Uncle Rumblebrass's tour guide?
That's
Alright,
basically.
Actually, wait a minute. I just realized that might be a problem. The Dampier needs blood. I imagine we would stop like.
Yeah, I mean, you do like a certain amount of island hopping.
Yeah. Did we find anything interesting?
I have some emergency resources. Don't worry.
Oh, by the way, can I control Commander Quacks?
Oh, are you just gonna delete him?
No, I'm moving him to the wheel where he belongs.
I'd delete him.
Don't have him be controlled by everybody. Have him be controlled by me and me alone. Thank you. Wait, no. Can you move him to the front? Like, just right-click him and move to front.
Yeah.
Turns out he's actually a part of the terrain.
That way I can carry. That way I can literally carry him with me. There we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I just realized the fucking icon, the picture I'm using, looks like it's staring at Commander Quacks.
Wonderful.
Look.
I approve of this.
Looking back.
Fuck.
Alright, so you fly through the sky for about 2 weeks. And you do some island hopping, keep up on your supplies. The Dampier drinks a few homeless people.
Alright, thanks fuck for that.
And I would like perception checks.
Well, actually, that isn't the worst thing in the world.
You know, I'm proud of you guys. Most of you have made wisdom builds, so you can actually see 5 feet in front of your face.
Yeah. Well, Inquisitor is a wisdom class, pretty much.
Yeah. Harry.
Yes.
What was your thing?
Pretty much what I said is I picked an urban ranger, which also then pick a
No, I
community.
mean, what was your check for the perception?
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm just doing up the math because I get a +2 because we're in my favorite community, which is my ship. So I get a +16 in total. Does a 36 allow me to see whatever it is?
Natural 20 bros.
I was gonna say, like, Dark Arts probably sees everything and sees it first, but no, okay. Rumblebrass, as you come out from behind a cloud, you see following about good 600 feet behind you, probably a little more, probably about like a kilometer and a half, is another ship. Smaller. And it doesn't look like any military vessels you've seen, but it does appear to have been outfitted with weapons.
Does it have any identifying colors?
Not really. Its sail is pretty blank. And
I should shoot out of the sky just to be safe.
I order one of the crewmen to raise the flag. The flag I have running, by the way, is just a generic merchant's flag.
Yeah, with like a skull on it and some bones.
No, I don't have a pirate flag. Because that's how ships identify each other, and that means I'd be open fire for every nation. No. It's just a generic sailor's flag. Just like a generic, like, hey, we're from...
Give it another
this
10
nation.
sessions or so, you'll probably be there anyway.
Probably, but it's basically just a generic flag to say, hey, we're from this nation. We're not part of any affiliated Immortal merchants. So basically, not to draw much attention, I have them raise the flag to quartermast and see if the other ship responds.
Right, do you want to make a profession sailor check?
22.
You would recognize the build of the ship as being of Nuevo design. Appears to be a civilian craft, but someone has strapped some cannons on this.
All right. I have a man hold the wheel. I whip out my spyglass and I turn to look at the ship directly. And I'm turning me, not the whole ship.
The whole boat. Just whoosh. All right.
Do I need another perception check or?
I don't know. Despite this not actually being a military vessel, you see a sort of a mixture of people in Nuevo uniforms and what appear to be civilians manning the ship.
Shit.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Standing on the bow is someone you recognize wearing quite a hat.
Son of a bitch. You hear Will Brass shout, son of a, and just like stand on the hem of his ship, standing, hanging there, he's like, you fucker!
Another person on the deck of the ship starts signaling you to cut your engines.
You know what? Sure. Here's what I'm gonna do. I stride here to the deck and I start shouting orders. I shout for most of the crew, the ones that are more well armed and more well ready, to go below deck and wait for my command. I have a signal whistle. I ask the Inquisitor and the Dampier to go with them. The Alchemist and a few other crewmen stay up here with me.
Everyone else, rev the engines. Let it power.
No. I was gonna say cut the engines, but I'm saying on my command, storm. Like just rise up from the bottom.
All right. Your crew goes below deck, leaving only. Would you want a Strongsmith on board?
Strongsmith will stay up top.
Right. So it's just
because
you.
if needed, I would much rather have him. But I asked the Inquisitor and the Dampier to cut the engines.
Okay.
But and I stand idly by, leaning on my crossbow, about this part of the ship, stopped, waiting for him to enter in.
I would hand you a potion of shield.
How long does that last?
A while, I think. I'm not quite sure.
Minutes per caster level.
I meant the spell. How far off are they?